Hello and welcome, Goddess, to a brand new year, a new path, a new level, a new dimension, a new timeline, a whole new experience for you to be creating for yourself. Such exciting times we have, right? Every moment, every day. The power, recognizing that the power is and always has been in each our own hands, right? Correct. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited that I forgot to hit my little timer start button there. Oh my goodness. Note to self, you have like a minute or two. Oh, not even a minute. 40 seconds. Anyway. Let's just ground for a moment. Gratitude, grateful for the new year, grateful for this new opportunity to create something new. Again, we're given a new canvas every day. Every morning you wake up, Goddess, you have a new opportunity to create something different. In fact, not just every day, but every moment. You can pivot, you can twirl, you can shift and go a different direction. You get to do that. That is your power. That's one of your superpowers. One of your many superpowers is to be able to do this. So with that, welcome. For those who may be new around here, my name is Rochelle Richard, and we here at Empowerment Experiences are looking for finding and yes, reclaiming our power all along this, which is each our own self-love, empowerment journey, the journey of learning to love all of that which is the self by reclaiming our power. That's it. So with that, let's dive in for this 111 portal, which, oh my goodness, I had to jump up and go grab one of my devices so that I can be following through and checking out our angel numbers and such that we have here. I was like, wait a minute. So I had to hit pause, and there's always a message with everything that we have, right, Goddess? So right there, it's recognizing that through this year, yeah, sure, get excited, be excited. Don't let the realization that, oh my goodness, but I don't have that, or I forgot that, or that's not manifested yet. Don't let any of that stop you. Just push pause, right? I didn't stop the video this time like I so often do. And then I'm like, oh, I'll piece it together. And no, this time it's like, no, I just hit pause, went and grabbed this, right? And unpaused it and got back on my way, right? And so that's definitely a message right here for this year is don't let things hold you up, right? Just hit the pause button. Don't put that bad boy in, don't put the parking brake on. You don't even put it in park, just pause. You're just pushing the brake, right? Right? You're not putting it in park, and you're certainly not putting on the parking brake, okay? So with this 111 portal and this whole message that we're having right here with this coming year and what we have before us, right, that we get to create, that I was so excited about that I, kind of spaced for a moment that, I'm going to want to look up all our angel numbers here for us, right? But it's recognizing that this all correlates as it always does, right? Everything's always connected. 111 as an angel number represents thoughts becoming things, being very mindful of the thoughts that you're thinking, recognizing that, again, it is a thought for you to say, oh my gosh, I forgot that. I have to stop, put everything, scourge, throw it in, turn off and just sit there and be like, but I don't have this. I can't do that. I'm not. No. It's trusting that everything is within reach. Oof, there's that moment. Everything is within reach. That was what this putting pause, because it was just right over here. I only had to take a few steps to go get it. Well, okay, maybe like 5 each direction kind of thing. And far enough that I hit pause, right? So that is what this is telling you is Take that breath. I'm telling myself this too right here. Take that breath and recognize that how you choose to view something is how you're going to experience that something. I'm going to say that again. How you choose to view something is how you are going to experience that something. And that is that correlation to that 111 energy of thoughts becoming things. Being very aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. And really the dead giveaway, goddess, is going to be, what are you saying? What you talking about? Huh? What you saying? So start to pay attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Do you hear the words coming out of your mouth? Are you actually listening to them? Because I promise you, they're going to always give you a big, huge clue as to the probably multiple thousands of other related thoughts to those one or two things that you might actually speak. Because we think like some obscene number of thoughts our brain thinks in a day. Like not even, at first I had heard it was like 60,000 thoughts in a day that our minds think. And that number has just astronomically gone wild. I've heard, I think someone said like 1 million, and it's like, no, we don't know. That's irrelevant. The fact is, these are the things that are creating your reality. And with this 111 portal, we have this portal to amplify that you have all the power. We have all the power, goddess. That's why we are so blessed with a 111, a 111 portal. Because this is so important. This is like the foundation of our power, right? So 111, increasing powers of rapid manifestation. This is why you've got to be very mindful of your thoughts. Okay? Align with your vision. That's all. It's so beautiful that one is like a single lines, in most simple type, it's a single line, a number one, right? So align with your vision, align yourself up, be straight and ready to receive what you keep asking for. And that's the point where if you're thinking thoughts that are contradictory to what you desire to be receiving and what you're asking for, then you're creating a block. You're creating that resistance is blocking you from that. So that's really what our 111 message is about for the 111 portal that I'm feeling right now. Of course, it's also recognizing 111 wants to remind you of, confidence, having confidence in yourself, confidence in your abilities. Being aware, obviously awareness of thoughts, awareness of your energy, your point of attraction, awareness of how you're showing up in the world. Uniqueness, one of a kind. You, goddess, you are one of a kind. You're supposed to be. All this conformity, all of this being told you got to be fit in a box, basically, and be like everybody else, one size fits all kind of nonsense, which it doesn't, right? Manifestations are getting close. You are both aligning with and needing to further align with your vision, right? And then 111 tells you to transform into the true you. It's time for you to come home to union within. And that coming home to union within means merging with you, your power, your true self. That was the biggest eye-opener when this whole twin flame journey, this healing twin flames and all of this finally got to that other end, was going, what? It was absolutely mind-blowing. That is what this, for those on a twin flame journey around here, you will get to this. Many have, and I love when goddesses come to me and go, oh my gosh, I finally get it. I get it. It's not about him. It's about me. It's about me coming home to me within, my power, my true power, my self-love, my self-worth, my self-confidence. All that you are, goddess. That's what this is. And for those who don't recognize the twin flame journey, because I have all of y'all out there who recognize the self-love empowerment journey, because that's what twin flame journey is, right? It's a self-love empowerment journey. At its very core, hello, home to you. This is what the self-love empowerment journey is. It is you coming home to you recognizing the love, the truth, the beauty, the wonder, the light, the brilliance, the divinity, the power of you. And without further ado, this one's going to be a doozy of a message, I can tell. It's probably going to be longer than what I usually intend for 30 minutes-ish. That's all right. It's a Pegasus perspective of power kind of reading. And that's why we're having these cards for this special reading here, and why there wasn't an earlier reading for us this year. Why this is the first one for the year. One, the first one. There's just all, again, the fundamental, the most basic, very beginning. Number one, thought. So come with me into the forest for more than the trees. Let's discover and embrace all this intuition sees. Together we shall come to know that which we need to reclaim our goddess power on this divine journey indeed. Ha! Oh, that felt so good, didn't it? Well, let's see. Ooh, looky there. We have our first speaker, drum roll. Ooh. Crystal Cave, trust. Trust in yourself. Do you realize, Goddess, that is one of the greatest, shall we say, I don't want to say biggest, but I say greatest blocks, greatest challenges that we are confronted with on this self-love empowerment journey? Because you're constantly being called to lean into the unknown, constantly being called to lean into trusting yourself, constantly being called to lean into your intuition. And clearly, you are being called to lean all the way into trust right now, because there has never been a greater time of unknown than what we are right now. You could see these timelines. You can see this. It's so intense right now. So be generous with yourself in respect to being generous with the recognizing that you have what it takes. Recognizing that, yes, you can. Recognizing the value of you and having your standards reflect that. Having your boundaries reflect that. Maybe there are people who are reappearing in your life right now who, when you were involved with them, you didn't value yourself so much. And you can clearly feel the energy and recognize that, oh, wait, no, wow. Because you are in a different place, Goddess. See, remember, you've already been on this journey of trusting yourself, right? That's why we're recognizing that it is one of the great challenges, constantly being called to lean into trust. As well, constantly being called to be generous with yourself. Yes, be generous with others. However, as probably the majority of all of us are recovering people pleasers, meaning we have been over generous with others to so often a detriment of ourselves, right? Do you feel me, Goddess? Please comment below if you feel me in this. If you are recognizing for yourself that, wow, you have done so much for these others, and it was at a sacrifice or a loss for yourself, perceivably. And I say perceivably because ultimately we don't lose anything. It's simply space being created for better to come in, right? And this also goes for the beliefs. So when you have these beliefs, these negative, detrimental beliefs that are weighing you down, and you finally see them, you finally start to trust your power, trust in your worth, trust in your abilities, and you start to come out of that dense, lower bottom density of not feeling worthy, of having low standards, of accepting the bare minimum from relationships and partnerships, whatever that is, friendships, whatever that looks like for yourself. You recognize that, wow, I really did have this down here. But as you begin to release that, and you, again, begin to be more generous with yourself, and you recognize the value of you, you will be leaving this behind and rising higher, moving up, ascending upward into a higher vibration for yourself, where you will then be more and more aligned with what it is you're calling in. But you've got to be trusting this process, trusting yourself to be more generous with yourself, and know that in the implementation and assertion of your boundaries, to say no to others more and more, especially those who really did not recognize the value of you, that they're going to have that you're going to find that it's going to be possibly a challenge, because you're going to have to be saying no to them in order to be saying yes to you. You will find that as you implement and assert these boundaries, that you will grow stronger. You will feel better and better about yourself. It might not feel so good in the beginning because you're so used to being there for everybody else, right? But I promise you, Goddess, once you recognize the value of you, like once you see what you truly have to offer, and you further cultivate that and you acknowledge that for yourself, you be generous with the acknowledgement, with the praise of and about yourself to yourself. Have you actually done that? I mean, think about, this is why we're, right, because we're on the whole thoughts and the 111 power portal here. And especially that's the whole point, is if during this time you can be thinking thoughts that actually lift you up and build you up and align you with what it is you desire to be experiencing. Just what do you have to lose? Like of course I'm going to ask that question, but really, right? Because what do you have to lose? The question being, what do you have to lose in thinking positive thoughts, changing the story for a couple days, being generous with yourself, trusting this process here, and change the story to how you would like it to go, no matter what it looks like, no matter what happens in the next couple days as you do this, right? But what do you have to lose? Now that we've gone with that question, let's pivot though and say, what do you have to gain? What do you have to gain, Goddess, by changing the story? And instead of denying and depriving yourself the pleasure, the joy, the happiness in life, saying, I can't have that, I can't afford that, oh, I don't know where I'm going to go there, I'm not sure about that, I can't trust myself that, and being all in this state of disempowerment. What if you lean into your power, the trust in your power, be generous with yourself of the acknowledgement of your power, and think positive thoughts. Think positively. perceive your experience from a different angle. Have a Pegasus perspective of power. See how my little baby love here, she sits over and has a broader perspective of things, right? So it's that reminder. Same with my little Pegasus there. Yeah, obviously I love my Pegasus here. And then there's this one down on the ground. He's over here having a, you want to allow yourself the opportunity to experience different perspectives of your experience. That's what a Pegasus perspective of power is all about. That's what we're bringing in this new year. And this 111 portal is the thoughts become things. The power is in my hands. And that power really, really, truly is so rooted in the story that I tell and the story that I think and the way that I feel about my experience here. Oh, I know it's challenging when you look at reality and it's... there are things that you would rather not be seeing, however, or things that you would rather not be experiencing. However, when you don't have the power to change the circumstances outside of you, and seldom do you, right? Recognize that you have the power in you to change the circumstances in you. Change how you feel, change your point of attraction. Right? Change your thoughts, because what do you have to gain? What do you have to gain by thinking positively? Because really, what's it been costing you to think about the negative side of things, right? That's the question. So with that, we have a triple header here, baby. Woo, let's see what we got. 1, stability. All right, I'm hearing 2. Turn them all over. Stability, playfulness, and renewal. Well, with more stability, with you recognizing that you've got to cultivate this, just like with this trust, but this is how you're going to do it. That's exactly what these cards, oh my goodness, that's what these cards are about. This is your answer to how. How am I going to lean into more self-trust, more trust in my journey, more trust in the universe, more trust in things working out no matter what they look like? How do I lean into being more generous with myself and start to say no to things that are draining me more, people that are draining me more, people that even are coming back into your experience and maybe you need to reintroduce yourself and introduce them to the new you, the new, more self-love empowered you, the next level you, the more worthy and abundant, powerful you. That's why we have the I am a worthy, abundant bitch movement, where it's a movement of a statement that simply says, I am a worthy, abundant bitch. And it is an embodiment of an expression of, the self-love and the self-worth. And of course, the self-worth and the abundance, because that's tied together, just like the self-love is tied to self-worth. That's why they're kind of like a mesh. And then, of course, bitch is the power word. Bitch is the personal power, recognizing that words have power, but they have the power that you choose to give them. If you choose to, again, perceive them through a perspective that's disempowering, then they're going to feel disempowering. But if you allow yourself a Pegasus perspective of power, one that expands you through a realm of different perspectives of feeling empowered with that word or any words that you choose, that's it. And so with words, create your stability. With gratitude, because this was a video that I just intuitively posted this morning, and I'm recording this a couple days before this is publishing. And I just posted it on my TikTok, Healing Twin Flames. And it was it was a random video I'd recorded and I just posted it today. And it was just about vibing in a space of gratitude, being, grounding, right? Because when we are being, we are grounded and or grounding ourselves. So being in a state of gratitude, this creates stability. And stability is what is needed for you to lean confidently, right? Lean, maybe not, and even if not fully confidently, but more confidently at least, lean more confidently into trusting yourself, trusting your decisions, trusting your choices, trusting your journey, trusting you when you have to assert your boundaries, when you have to say yes to you, because you can't pour from an empty cup. That's the other part of the stability too, is recognizing that by saying no to those that are draining you or have been draining you, you're saying yes to you. You're stabilizing the instability that's been created with you by being such a people pleaser, by being someone that you want to just help and save everybody else, but you cannot do it at a detriment to yourself. You can't. And then expect it to work? No. And so playfulness is the second thing that we're going to be incorporating more. I know we talk about this one, seems to come up a lot also in the other deck fairly frequently, because play allows you to transmute things that are dense, dense energies, to alchemize any traumas, any parts of you from the healing work that you may have been doing. It allows you to, at very minimum, simply raise your vibration by detaching from the things that tend to burden us, right? Or weigh us down in this realm. And those things are the very things that end up disrupting our ability to confidently lean into trusting our journey, right? Because we feel the weight. And so we don't want to lean forward because we have extra weight on our shoulders. You kind of see the image that I'm getting here, right? Is you've got to put that weight down. You have to be the one to facilitate the energetic release of that extra weight that you're carrying on your shoulders. Now, I know it can be challenging because there's so many commitments, there's so many things to do, but we're in a new year, goddess. We're on a new timeline. You get to choose and tell the story that the more fun I have, the more money I make. The more fun I have, the more abundance I attract. The more fun I have, the more joy I expand. Because it's true. It's only ourselves that keep ourselves in this contracted, resistant, repellent state of lack, right? By not allowing ourselves to play. Even if it's a visualization of some fantasy that you have about some hot guy that you don't really want to be with him in reality, but maybe, and I'm saying that from the perspective of how many of these, what are they called? There's a word for him, but on Instagram, I guess eye candy is the only word coming to mind right now, but there's another word for, I can't even think of someone. Oh, geez. Anyway, just my point being, you are here to have fun, and visualization is a powerful manifestation tool. So I'm hearing very much, this is part of the being generous with you, is allow yourself to daydream, to visualize. That's what visualization is. Allow yourself to daydream. Daydream about how you'd like your experience to be going, right? This is the whole thing. Remember, 111, we're aligning with the reality we want to be living. So you've got to be visualizing what it is you want to be living. So you can be stepping into creating and stepping into what you want to be living. So, first, be cultivating stability. Second, be incorporating more playfulness. And third, renewal. This is coming, really in this moment, as I'm grabbing my water here, my water, not my tea. Normally, I'm all about my tea, right? But water, this has been so huge lately, is hydrate. Water. Renewal. See, water is cleansing, it's purifying. And right now, as we are clearing so much. You've got to be cleansing what you're clearing. Cheers. With that, as I've said, as I was just saying, right? Clearing, you've got to be cleansing what you're clearing. Otherwise, that's going to sit inside you and it's going to become more of that stagnant, dense, stuck energy that's going to be dragging you down. And then on the days when you are down and you're under the weather, you're tired, whatever it is, when you're susceptible, that would be the word, when you are susceptible to those denser, darker, not your friend kind of energies that want to take you into a not so happy place, right? The doubt, the fear, the uncertainty, the lack of confidence in yourself, right? The lack of trusting in your journey, the lack of being generous with the belief that everything's gonna work out, goddess, because it is. So this renewal is all about the purifying of yourself, the renewing of you, releasing what isn't you, releasing all of the doubts, the second guessing, the disappointment, the regret, the guilt, any of it, letting it go, putting it down, shedding that old skin. Because is that weight, that's so much of that weight that's on your shoulders, that's slowing you down, right? That's what's keeping you from being able to, oh wow, such a clear vision of this. That's so much of the weight that is keeping you from being confident and comfortable with the uncomfortability of leaning forward into the trust of your journey, leaning into trusting the decisions that you make, the choices that you make, the chances that you take, right? You have got to be, again, back to the generous. Be generous with yourself. Give yourself what you need, goddess, to release this so that you can facilitate as well as allow for this renewal, this shift, this transformation of you from the old version into the new. That's is what you're being called to do with that. And with that, let's ask, I'm feeling, as we do, for power of surrender, with all of leaning in the trust. So we get it. We've got to be cultivating stability, incorporating playfulness, and of course facilitating the renewal, the releasing, the cleansing, the purifying, the allowing of the shift from the old version of you into the new, right? That is this portal time. Again, releasing the thoughts that do not align with the version of you that you desire to be, goddess. Trusting that it is okay for you to say good things, great things about yourself, that it's better than okay. It is required. It is a requirement for you to say good things about yourself for so many reasons. So with that, then, where is our power, oh my goodness, of surrender? And I literally just have a small little stack that just fell out of my deck here. So we're going to have them all here. Four of them. Surrender fear. Well, I mean, hello, fear. I mean, that's always the greatest challenge of everything. Like that is so often, if ever rarely, if ever never, the reason why you're not able to lean into or shift into or step into what you're being called forward toward, right? So this again, right here, it's even saying, let go of the fearful stories. We're talking about the stories that you're telling, the thoughts that you're thinking, what you're speaking, what you are spelling out, what you are casting, what spells you are casting out into the world. That's the whole spelling that you're doing. You're spell casting. So what are you speaking? What spells are you casting for your experience? Recognize the story you tell is the reality you live. We're reiterating this, right? If you're afraid of something, you're going to most likely manifest that fear because you keep focusing on it. You keep thinking about it. It's what you're feeding. It's what you're fueling. It's what you're amplifying for yourself. Stop it. It's what you're aligning. Stop aligning with that and surrender to passion. Literally has me in this pause moment of just a smile, just a recognizing that there's so many Pegasus perspectives of power with regards to defining or experiencing passion, right? It says get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. What lights you up, goddess? What, at very minimum, if you're not sure exactly what, quote, lights you up, maybe you've just got to start with what makes you feel better? Where do you feel, what makes you smile? Oh, that is why the card evoked a smile out of me instead of any words. Because what makes you smile? That's it. It doesn't have to be something that's, oh my God, I gotta go do that. Oh my gosh, I gotta, it can be something that just simply makes you smile. That's it. That's it. Because I know, again, there's a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot of energies. It's kind of crazy, trust up in the air and everything. And so that's why surrender your ego. Ooh, cultivate gratitude. Look at that. Literally, we were even just discussing gratitude in the video already, the reading already. And not, like I said, was the divinely guided reel that I posted just a short bit ago. In fact, not too many minutes before I came and recorded this. So recognize for yourself that you are your greatest challenge. You are your greatest barrier. You are your greatest saboteur. Your ego. This is why, again, needing to learn to lean into trust, because the ego, not very trusting, right? Not very trusting. Instead, wow, look at how these are. Surrender to spirit. Surrender your ego and instead surrender to spirit. That's the whole trust, having faith. Faith is a belief in the unseen. And that's what you are being called to do. You are being called to have faith in the unseen, belief in the unseen, trust in your journey, trust that everything's going to work out and in your favor. Right? As well, surrender to spirit. It says right here, let spirit work its magic for you. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Which is saying precisely to do your part and then let it go. Again, surrender the fear, surrender the doubt, surrender the questioning that it's going to work out. Trust that it is. And you just do you, boo. You just show up in the way that you are being called to. Surrender to spirit, surrender to passion, the things that make you smile. Like I said, they don't have to be the things that make you jump for joy, oh my God, and excitement. And they just make you smile. Put a smile on your face. Start to follow those more often. That's where we are right now. Be putting into your mind and thinking thoughts that make you smile. Be focusing in any and every direction that makes you smile. That's very much the energy for this 111 portal, because thoughts become things. You want to think the positive thoughts that you want to be experiencing the positive experiences of. You want to be tapping into this energy, this feel good, happy energy as often as possible, so that you are bringing that more and more into your experience. You have the power, goddess. 111 is our number for the day. We had that at the beginning, and that's where it's going to stay. Little rhyme there. And with that, I am so excited. You want to start checking iamempowered.as.me/goddess parties. You also just want to go to iamempowered.as.me, because you'll see a couple other events are going on. But we've got goddess parties going on. We have a vision board creation experience coming up. And then we're going to be having a manifesting moon experience, which that's awesome. So we're getting back into this because it's all about, what are you focusing on creating, goddess? What reality do you desire to be stepping into for this new year? What version of you? How are you showing up? I know for me, I'm a self-love empowerment coach, and I love what I do. I love being able to be here for the goddesses and have the goddess parties that we already have, half a dozen goddesses signed up to come this next Tuesday on the 14th. It's not too late if you hear this by what? If you hear this, if you're hearing this on Tuesday, the party starts Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you would like to sign up, because my booking site, it cuts it off that morning at like midnight, right? So at like 12:01 a.m. or whatever, 12 a.m., it shuts it off. Just comment here, or go to my website, empowermentexperiences.com. right here, empowermentexperiences.com, and just send me a message and let me know you want to go to the party, and I will get you a pass to the party. All right. So with that, goddess, remember, it's quite simple. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. That's what you'll find about me as the kind of coach that I am. Is I'm not going to be telling you that something's easy when I know damn well it's not. It's simple, though. I will tell you when it's quite simple. If thoughts become things, what are you thinking that are becoming the things in your life? It's really simple. It's just when you have your muscles, right? Your mind muscles are so built up to go in one direction, you have to be the one to activate and build the muscles that shift it to go the other way, right? So that's not easy, right? It's literally just like going to the gym, right? It's literally muscles that you're working here, right? So I'm telling you this, I'm being called clearly to tell you this, because I'm saying don't be discouraged. Don't beat yourself up. Recognize that I'm here to tell you, boo, it is a challenge. But as long as you are up for the challenge, it is so fucking worth it. It is so worth the challenge to do this work and shift your mindset and heal these parts of you and step into your power, especially now more than ever, with so many things that are coming down the pipeline that are happening in this world and in this country, and just there's so much happening and a lot of things, so many of us, we can't even talk about so much, right? But with that, where your power is to focus on where your power is. And with that, goddess, I say thank you so much for receiving the totality of this message. And I would love to acknowledge that you did. So let me know down below that you got it, and say message received. Comment below, message received. And Yeah, you'll be acknowledged. I promise. So with that, remember, the power is in your hands, Goddess. The power to lean into trust, the power to create the experience that you want to be creating, the power to surrender the fear and create the reality you want to be creating. The power is and always, always has been in your hands, because that power is and always, always has been inside you. Namaste.